Hey, it's a beautiful day in a neighborhood, a beautiful day for a neighbor. Will you be mine? Good words from Mr. Rogers. He was a hero of mine. And I was back, 1981. I was in Due West, South Carolina, going to, no, it wasn't 1981. It was 1993, Due West, South Carolina, in a small Erskine College town. And I had my own TV show, and it was all VHS back then. And I was the Mr. Rogers of Due West, and it was so much fun. Just riding along, we bought a new fire truck, and so I took that VHS and rode along downtown and had my own spot. So anyway, it was a lot of fun, and it's good to be on the Village of Venetia here at Peters Township Access Television. I mean, how much fun is that? We haven't seen you for a while, and my apologies, because we don't want to keep you uninformed of all the activities that go on in the Village of Venetia. And we've got some great stuff coming up for Light Up Night, which is December the 1st. And on a Friday night, we began that tradition, 10 years ago when we moved to here to Peters Township. And it was Christmas of that year. You know, when you move into a town, it was July 2013, you look at the town and the place where you live and say, what is unique about this part of Peters Township? And living in Venetia immediately came to me, it's a village, because the colonial definition of a village is you have to have a church, have to have a school, a store, a mercantile, and a place to eat. We've got all that in the Village of Venetia. When you take the country store into effect, we had another little German restaurant that opened at that time, the old school next door, which is now a community center, and Wright's Church. Everything is right there. And so I coined the phrase Village of Venetia 10 years ago, and we've been doing this wonderful light up night the first weekend of December for the last 10 years. And how much fun has that been? And so it's 6 to 8, December the 1st. Come on out and be a part of all of our activities. And let me just tell you some of the things that goes on. Right about 6 o'clock, folks gather, and we do it all in conjunction with the community center, which is right next door, the old Venetia School, and also mentioning the Peters Creek Historical Society that have the Wright House that's across the creek. They're all a part of our village community. But we begin to assemble about 6 o'clock, 5:45 at the school. We'll have some caroling and some singing, pass out some song sheets. Some of the groups that will be participating, the Girl Scouts are normally there, and the train club, the Dare Train Club, is also there. The folks from Wright's Church, the folks from the Peters Creek Historical Society, and those that are from the Heritage Society that run the school there will be there too. So lots of opportunity to join one of those activities. So we do some Christmas caroling, then we throw the switch in Washington County's tallest live Christmas tree. And it's 30 feet tall. We've been decorating it for the last 10 years. I've been personally handing the lights up run by run to whatever folks are helping us decorate. We've had 3 different tree companies, Lighthouse Electric, and actually we're looking for a tree company for this year. If you have folks that like to put up Christmas trees or put lights on a tree, and you have a boom truck, we invite you to give me that call, 814-758-1385, and we'll hook you up to come put the lights up. We normally have about 3,000 lights on the tree, and that's just on the big tree itself. So that would be about 30 strands of 100 to 150 C9s, the biggest light bulb available. And then we throw the switch, and boy, it all comes alive. We had it animated last year to music, which made it a lot of fun. And if you were there to be a part of that, how exciting that was to see the lights dancing to music. And that's just part of the entertainment that goes on, because we've got constant entertainment throughout the evening. So once we begin with our Christmas caroling and tree lighting, you're free to roam about the activities that are going. Go to the 3rd floor of the train club. And the 3rd floor of the train club or the 3rd floor of the schoolhouse is the Dare Model Train Club. Oh my goodness, if you've been to the Carnegie Science Center and seen their train display down there, gosh, it's nothing in comparison to what we got right next door. Every Wednesday, every Saturday, the kids and adults gather together, do the scenery, paint the little figurines, configure the tracks, make all the switches work, and it's just fun to see that take place and how it's grown in the last 10 years. They have their own hobby shop there too. There aren't a lot of hobby shops around anymore, so if you like model railroad training, that's the place to be, right here in the village of Venetia. So if you see the trains or stop, that we've got games that will be outdoor this year. Outdoor games. We in 2 or 3? Where should we go? 3? Okay. Oh. I'm sorry, I'm just looking for the green and the red light, and because it's Christmas, you know, we get Christmas colors here, even right here. Yeah, there'll be outside games, so you want to be a part of that from the homeschoolers that are meeting in the building now too. There'll be snacks, popcorn, hot chocolate there, and then after you see all of that, or at the same time, come next door to Historic Rites Church. We got lots of entertainment for that evening. Heather Black and Jenny Nolan from South Hills Children's Choir that meet at our Rites Church as our rehearsal hall. They'll be there performing, and they're just amazing. If you're part of the South Hills Children's Choir, that is just a premium choir group here in the South Hills. And in fact, in the spring, they're going to Carnegie Hall in New York City and singing on the stage of the famed Carnegie Hall Concert Hall. And so, this is the kind of stuff that they do. So they are amazing. Jenny and Heather will be there. And also Maggie Steck. She's a senior here at PTHS. She'll be on cello. And so we'll have some her doing some cello and also some playing some duets, cello and violin duets. Kyle and Nina Walters. If you haven't seen Kyle and Nina Walters over the last few years, they are amazing. They're elementary students from Peters. They play Christmas duets, and they are just, it's a Hallmark Christmas movie right there happening right before you. Nina's age 7. She's a 2nd grader at Bower Hill. Incredible talent. Kyle, age 9, 4th grader at McMurray. They play duets on the piano, and literally you just can't help to applaud. We'll have, while all this is going on, and then in coordinating with the other entertainment going on inside Historic Rites Building, vocal students from Kathy's Music, under the direction of Laura Mason, will be there for vocal duet recitals. So that's going on upstairs. The coffee house is going on downstairs with all the music that I already mentioned to you, and talking about coffee house, baked goods, extreme coffees from all around the world. You'll get to participate with that, enjoy that, and then or go upstairs for the vocal recitals that are going on. It's just continuous entertainment, and it's not just on for Light Up Night, December the 1st. Gosh, this is all the time. Now with this new roundabout that is almost opened up here in Venetia, right outside the village, it's going to bring even more people down as we become the center of entertainment in the South Hills. Because in November, we will be blessed to have the Wright Company. They're a youth community theater group. They've been going on, gosh, for maybe 16 years, 17 years. The students from 6th to 12th grade, they'll be doing Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat on November the 19th. If you've never seen that show, I've been doing theater all my life. That's my favorite theater show of all time. If you've seen Sound of Music, of course, and you've even seen Hamilton, and Hamilton's fantastic, whatever it is, Wicked, it's all those shows. Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, my favorite, #1. And it'll be on stage in Historic Rite Church, Sunday, November the 19th. 2 shows only, though. You know, when we're trying to coordinate all the activities from all the kids that participate, we're talking about Peters, Chartiers Houston, Canon Mac, all the kids that are a part of the Wright Company Youth and Community Theater, you've got to be sensitive to all their schedules. So we can only do it on that one Sunday. 2 shows, 2 and 6, tickets at the door, $10. All the proceeds that don't cover their expenses go to Operation Christmas Child, one of the mission opportunities that we do at Wright's. And so they're not just coming just to do a show and keep all the money. No, no, no. They give it away. And that's what Christmas is about. Last year they did Scrooged, the Charles Dickens Christmas classic. And oh my goodness, that was just amazing. And I don't know if you know this or not, but we celebrate Christmas now. The way you celebrate Christmas at your house is because of Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol. Up until that time, it was a church holiday. Yeah, wonderful. And I'm a pastor, and so it's great that it was a church holiday. But the other celebrations that go on during Christmas all came out of 1864 when Charles Dickens wrote A Christmas Carol. This is all about giving and being kind. All those things came out of that monumental book. And so they did that last year, and we hope to do it again for another Christmas time. But so come out and see Joseph on November the 19th, and that's just in 2 weeks. And so that'll maybe kick off, I think the night before, on Friday the 18th, is Pittsburgh's Light Up Night. And Pittsburgh, it doesn't quite compare to what we have at the Village of Venetia, but it's close. With all the entertainment that we got, food choices, hot dogs, hot sausage. I'm thinking, 4 years ago we got those big smoked turkey legs. Did you ever see those? You go to the Barbarian Festival or the Renaissance Festival, you have these big smoked, I love those things. We got them a couple years ago, but you had to buy a case of them. So I ended up with 24 of them, and I was eating them till Valentine's Day, trying to get rid of these things. But maybe we'll just buy a couple this year. We got grills cooking at the time. Abe is our chef and cooks everything right outside the Parsons house. Hot chocolate there. There's a hot chocolate stand manned by Vince's mom this year. Vince Johnson, just a great member of our church and community, passed away this last year at 30 years old. And he ran our hot chocolate stand, for the 10 years we've been doing this. And so his mom, I just talked to her this week, and she said, when is your festival? When is your Christmas light up night? And I told her, I said, it's December the 1st, Friday night. And I said, can you, Vince always does our hot chocolate. And she said, I'll be there. I will be there to do that. And so come have some hot chocolate. Christmas karaoke. You ever wanted to be a star? I mean, in Christmas karaoke music? We've got that live on stage at the outdoor theater that we built 2 years ago right there at Wright's Church. Through the COVID and pandemic, a lot of times you weren't allowed to worship inside. The theater groups that were coming to us, South Hills Children's Choir, Kathy's Music, they came, and to do summer theater camps, we had to build an outdoor theater. And so we did. And it's right there. Gosh, it's a 16 by 16 covered stage area. It's just a beautiful place. And that will be where our Christmas karaoke will be like it was last year, for the last 2 years. And so how much fun is that? This past Saturday, I mean, we just got so much activity going on in the village. This past Saturday, we began the inaugural run of our new Interfaith Food Pantry. The Interfaith is a combination of 6 churches in our area, and the food pantry that was there for a number of years moved to Monongahela, and so we're no longer focusing on the Finleyville population. And so between great efforts, especially to those from St. John the 23rd and that combined parish that takes in St. Francis there at Finleyville, we began a food pantry, and started putting the things together back in the spring. And this past Saturday was the first distribution of food. That will be every first and third Saturday from 9 to noon at Finley Hall, right there in Finleyville. Part of the Interfaith St. John 23rd Food Pantry. And we're excited that we can offer that to folks in the community, to all of you out there. So get in touch with us if you've got any questions about any of this. And I didn't send the thing in ahead of time so they could put it up, but 814-758-1385. I'd say call Wright's Church, but gosh, for the last year and a half, our phone has been, you know, we can put a man on the moon, but we can't get phone service at a reputable rate at our church for whatever reason, and I don't know. But so call me on my cell, and we can send you in the right direction. Part of what we're doing this year, while you're shopping, you're looking at the trains, you're eating hot dogs, you're listening to music, we'll have crafters. We've got some vendors that will be in the Venetia Community Center. We did that last year for the first time. I mean, years ago, you know, we had the Redbird Appalachian Craft Fair here. They were from Redbird, Kentucky, from Beverly, Kentucky, the poorest county in all of the United States. These folks would come and they would build the authentic Appalachian crafts, and they took a touring company and they sold them. Well, they no longer do that because the traveling expenses with gas being, you know, diesel, $4.50 a gallon, they couldn't afford it to do that anymore. So we're looking for some other outside vendors. If you're a vendor and you want to come and be a part of Friday night, December the 1st, the big, huge light-up night in the village of Venetia, call us, 814-758-1385. We'll put you in touch with Peg, and she'll plug you in for the crafters that we've got that night. So we got trains, we got crafters, we got Christmas karaoke, we got entertainment, Christmas cookies, and all just kind of good things all night long. And it'll run to, gosh, almost about 9 o'clock, from about 6 to 9. A couple different fireplaces. You can cook your own s'more. We'll give you a bag of marshmallows and Hershey bars and graham crackers. Cook your own s'more under an open fire. Look at our new flagpole celebration out in front of the school. We rededicated that flagpole again. When I moved there in 2013, I'm looking at this vacant flagpole in front of the old school building, and I thought, we need to rededicate this flagpole. And there isn't a service anywhere to do that. There's a decommissioning, but there wasn't anything of a recommissioning. And so we pulled together the American Legion, the VFW, the Sailors, organization of the Mon Valley, Too Many Tubas, Mike Silvestri was there, and we put together a great celebration June 14th, 2014, and rededicated the flagpole. Now we've tried desperately for the last 10 years to light that thing, and finally we've got Lighthouse Electric just came through for us, and so we've got lights that properly demonstrate, and you know, you have to have the flag properly lit at night. Whether it's a street light or whether it's solar light, we couldn't get a solar light bright enough to reach up that flagpole. So it's lit now. And the fun thing is, it's ambient lighting. So we got, as you're going past through the village of Venetia, on any night of the week, you come and you see the Venetia Community Center sign lit by ambient lighting from the lights that light up the flagpole. That's historic there too. So how much fun is that? We've been decorating trees, gosh, in my family, 50 years. I grew up in O'Hara Township, went to, I think, one of our friends here from Peters Township Television, went to Fox Chapel High School like I did, and even the Peters guys, you beat up on us when it was like 90-0, first game of the season or something like that. But yay Peters! I mean, you guys, yay Indians! Keep going. That would be fun. But anyway, the church I attended is no longer even the building is there, but it's no longer a church anymore. But it's Grace Church in Sharpsburg. We had 6-foot trees in the chapel area. Well, I had a great youth director who was wonderful. And she said, why don't we do a bigger tree? She was always bigger and better. So we ended up, bringing in this 25, 30-foot tree in through the sanctuary doors and then put it up in the chapel. And so I've been doing that for 50 years, since I've been 12 years old. And so we just transferred that kind of knowledge and that kind of fun to the village of Venetia and decorating the tree outside. But we do need help with that. We've counted on the folks from Wright's Church for the last 10 years to provide all the lights, to pick up the cost for when we had to get tree people to come in and actually hang the lights for us. So if you'd like to be a part of that, if you've got a tree company and say, hey, man, I'd love to do this. Or if you've got a bucket truck, you say, boy, wouldn't it be fun to be a part of the village of Venetia? Again, it's the tallest Christmas tree, live Christmas tree in Washington County. There's other artificial ones out there, but not one as tall as what we have. So come out and join us for that. But there's thousands of lights. Again, there's 3,000 lights on it right now. Some of them are burnt out from last year, and so I've already been practicing trying to replace fuses. We need more. We need more lights on it for this celebration that's coming up Friday, December the 1st. And if you're a food truck, also, we don't want to leave anybody out. We've been to the things at the school, at both the middle school and the high school this year, these food truck festivals, or anytime they have an event on the inside. And man, oh man, such great stuff that comes out of those food trucks. You're welcome to come to the village on Light Up Night. We have about 150, 200 people, so it's not jam-packed like it could be. But you could be a part of that. If you got some homemade cabbage rolls, halushni, what is it, pizza, what do you make out of a food truck? Come and call 814-758-1385 and come and bring the food truck and be a part of that celebration. Because it's not only the lights on the tree, it's lights in every bush, in every thing that we can put a light on. I was in Pittsburgh, downtown Pittsburgh, 6 weeks ago, and went to the old Kaufman's building, the old downtown. And that was one of the things that we did at Christmas, and it's part of our Christmas tradition. I continued that with our kids since we started having kids. And all three of mine have learned to skate around PPG, the arena down there. Around the outdoor skating rink. That's where we've taught them, because I take a youth choir for the last 20 years down there and sing downtown in Market Square, singing the old PPG Winter Garden there. And so we don't have a skating rink out here at the village of Venetia, but we do have community that comes together, and you can come and be a part of that too. But when we used to take the choirs up and sing in Kaufman's, or it was Macy's at that time, or Saks Fifth Avenue, I think we sang there too. I think Gimbals and Horns were already closed. But I noticed, was it 10 years ago when they closed the Macy's store? I'm riding through and I heard, they're having the, selling to the bare walls. I went into town and pulled right in front and went in. They had everything from that 11th floor store on the bottom 3 floors, and was looking around, and here I spotted a window Christmas display from Kaufman's that I remember from the 1970s when I was a teenager. And I looked at the different pieces and bought them. Now, I just had my car at the time. I didn't have my pickup, so I bought them and said, "Can you hold them till I get there?" "Yes, sir, we'll do that." And so they assembled the pieces, and when I took my truck to go get these big proscenium pieces that were in the window at Kaufman's back in the 1970s. We couldn't even get them in the elevator. We had to use the freight elevator that's sticking out the end of my truck, because the back proscenium piece is about 12 foot long. But that's part of our Christmas display in the village of Venetia. So you may remember it too. It'll be lit on the deck of the Parsons house, and it's a authentic Kaufman's Christmas window display from about 1974 that I remember, and it's Victorian in nature, and kind of contemporary Victorian, but when I saw it, I thought, oh my goodness, I remember seeing that in the window. So that's been a part of my traditions of Christmas forever. I've passed them on to my kids. My middle child, Atlas, I think, is running sound somewhere here today in the building. And so part of that great tradition of Christmas. We have 8 Christmas trees at our house that we put up on the inside. And that's just because that's what we did when I was growing up. That youth director, we'd go to her house, the youth group, every year, and every room of that house would have a different theme. And so, gosh, how do you not want to be Christmas? There was a movie out just a number of years ago, I think maybe 5, 6, The Man Who Invented Christmas, and it was about Charles Dickens. If you've never seen that movie, fantastic movie. Christopher Plummer's in it, plays old Ebenezer Scrooge, comes back as the ghost, and it's very, very well done. But Christmas is just a time for folks to be giving and to be loving and to be caring. Not that we shouldn't be that every day, which we should, but especially during the Christmas season. And so we want to do that right out from the hearts of the village of Venetia. And it starts at 788 Venetia Road, goes to 800 as the community center next door, and then all the way over to the Wright House, which is across the creek. Now, their celebration is on December the 3rd. Sunday, December the 3rd, is the Wright House Colonial Museum Soup and Stroll. And that's from 12 to 4. If you've never been there, the authentic cabin is there from 1762 that Jacob and Joseph Wright came up from the colony of Virginia when we were still Virginia, 1762. This is pre-revolution. Built that cabin, and you see the facsimile of it there. The house in front that we celebrated 200 years, gosh, maybe, 8 years ago. This has been our 200th celebration of Wright's Church this year, 1823. Our congregation goes back to the building itself, new building, 1923, the building that we're in right now, which will house all of this entertainment on December the 1st, that Friday night. Jenny Nolan, Margie Steck, Kyle and Nina Walters, all these vocal students from Kathy's Music. And hey, if you're a student of Kathy's Music, they have won the Kinder Music Franchise of the Year award in all the world for Kathy's Music. And they do fantastic work there. And so get connected up with that. Or the Wright Company, be connected with them. Not Ebenezer Scrooge. Joseph, the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, Sunday, November the 19th. Shows at 2 and 6. Tickets are $10 at the door. Come early and be a part of that. So, for all of us from the village of Venetia, come on out for Light Up Night, Friday night, December the 1st. It's all the things at Wright's Church. It's all the things at the Venetia Community Center next door, the Dare Train Club, the Girl Scouts, crafters that will be over there, entertainment, food, fun galore. We began with a Mr. Rogers quote, and we'll end with one too. Fred Rogers, in fact, he always said, look for the helpers out there, that you'll run into a lot of different kind of people, but always go towards the helpers. And I encourage you to do that. Have a good day. Come see us at the Village.